it's apartment, whether it's in a single family residence, whether it's a duplex. I don't care if it's a container. You can rent to whoever you want to rent
Whoever
to.
you want
If
to.
it's not privately owned, then you do have to abide by these certain laws. That's
Well,
the
because
district. Yeah.
You have to be in
it's
compliance.
no state law that states that though. Like, it's no state
Right.
law that said if I want to move to
No.
Buckhead, that you can't live in Buckhead if you got a felon. That's that apartment complex that put those rules in there for that piece of property that
Exactly.
they own. But it's no
That's what
I
I
state
was,
see
law
what
that
you're
say that.
guys.
saying,
That's
That
what
Shivers,
I
is
was
but
true.
trying
I'm
to
trying to.
say.
But I see what you're saying, Shivers. But what I'm trying to tell you is that Atlanta. I always make a joke and say Atlanta is not a real place. It's not a real place, and that's what's going on. So
I
I
mean, I
get
get.
what you're saying,
It
but this is what's really going on.
that might be the
but
majority.
That's
That might be the
true.
but it
That's
majority of what
true.
we
is.
see.
It's
Listen,
really what's
Hey
going
guys,
on.
can we get Shivers? Can we get Shivers? Head on, y'all, you guys. Shivers is new to the panel. Can we get his statement on the housing situation? And I also want him to weigh on why he chose Trump over Biden. He is new. Let's give him his time. Everybody go on mute. Do not interrupt him, please.
So as far as the housing thing, I think that everybody pretty much saying the same thing. Like Mia said, I mean, you do see a lot of it now, and I mean, it ain't just in Atlanta; it's everywhere, pretty much. Um, I mean, that's just what it is. There's no state law that states on that though. And far as the the presidency, I know it's kind of tricky now because Trump then been charged with these with all these different charges. So, everybody kind of weighing in on that. I kind of came in on the back end, so I don't know exactly what it was. But as far as me like voting with Trump, I'm just one of them type of people that like I just gotta vote for who works for me. Like I vote Republican, but my wife is Democrat. But my wife, she go punch a clock every day, and I own my own business. So Republicans just tend to work a little bit better in my favor for my business. So that's kind of like why I go with Trump,
Damn.
just off the different things that he offered to me as a business owner versus Biden, who want to take everything from me as a business owner and give back to like it just doesn't suit my situation.
Shivers said, "Don't get nothing to the middle class."
Whoa.
No, no, no,
Whoa.
I'm
no,
kidding,
that's not.
Shivers. It's a joke.
No,
It's a
that's not
joke,
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
Shivers.
go on
It's a
mute.
joke.
saying.
It's a
I'm gonna
joke.
go
It's
on
a
mute.
joke. It was a
I'm gonna
joke.
go
I
on
want
mute.
to
Joke.
ask you this question because I've been asking it for every single person that comes up on a panel that says exactly what you say, right?
Hmm.
That you fare better as a entrepreneur under Trump. Tell us how. How do you fare better?
Well, just far as like just the different things that I was allowed to write off, and Democrats kind of take those write-offs away from me. Um, just like, I when Biden came in office, like I own a trucking company. It's so many different things that we lost and the logistics, with me having a trucking company, it's so many things that I used to be able to write off that now I can't write off anymore. So
I'm
now
glad
I
you
pay a
brought
lot
that
more on
up.
taxes. You see what I'm
I'm,
saying?
I'm glad you brought that up, but are you aware that those things that you can't write off is a direct result of things that Trump put in place to prevent you from writing them off? The Trump administration, that was actually a direct result of the prior administration, which was the Obama administration.
Hello. Good morning.
One time for blue, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Look at this panel. Do we do the research here? We ain't on here.
Tax plan lasts until next year, man.
It is. But what I'm saying is, just Republicans and just different things is just it's a difference because like it's political, man. It's just so hard. I try not to. I don't even know why I
Shivers, let
said
me
so.
ask
I
you
try
this.
not to even go in debate with political. It's just like religion.
Right.
Like I said, it's just one of them things you just have to sit down and research them and just vote for who worked best for you. You know
Right.
what I'm
So
saying?
what I'm telling you is historically, the historical pattern of American politics is that the president that ends up in office, thank you, stay focused, actually inherits the bills and the different tax laws and things from the prior president. So Trump was just there as a figurehead. Those first 4 years, he inherited everything
From
the
Biden.
prior administration had put in place. His second 4 years is what we are actually in real time experiencing. So what we're in real time experiencing was actually done the last 4 years of his administration. What? Yeah, the last 4 years. What the last 4 years? What the heck?
I mean,
Thank
right?
you,
Because
GK.
that's what
The last
Biden.
2 years.
Basically, that's what Biden. That's what Biden adopted, basically.
Right. That's in the
I think that
place.
was Little
What
Qua. Hey,
Trump
Little
was
Qua.
working against and looked like he did it, but he weighed a lot of things. And I know you guys know that I'm a loan officer, but I'm also a professional tax preparer. I own my own tax office, and I sell tax software, and I teach taxes. I teach a tax academy. I just don't really advertise, but that's what I do. All the breaks that were in place, and Biden is the one trying to undo it, and it's very like Trump is really trying hard to get in office now so that he can benefit like he benefited from Obama, so he can benefit and make it look like he saved the country when he's not saving the country. If Biden gets another 4 years, you guys will then see, oh, I'm getting tax breaks again and I'm getting this and that. It's going to be a direct result of Biden being in office, not the other way around. But Trump wants so bad this 4
Thank you,
years
Scylla.
so he can be made to look like the hero.
The
And
hero.
I'm an IRS auditor, and she's right. Thank you so much. Shout out to Yvonne in the comments. Yvonne Best Robinson. Thank you so much.
I think
Shout out to everybody in the comments
I think
that
you're picking the
that
worst of the two
understand.
evils.
Blue, I got a question.
I mean, you're
I
right.
don't think neither. I don't think
Like-
neither
like-
one of them no good for real. I think you're picking
Shivers,
the worst of the two
And
evils.
Shiver, I agree with you. They're both not the best candidates,
Yeah.
right? They're absolutely not. But I still would vote for the candidate that's not trying to overturn our democracy, having cited riot and unbiased situation in the American people. We have an unprecedented history of people that have been excited, that wants to go after us for different reason, and you can read into that how you want to read into it, because they think it's okay because they got a leader in front of them again.
So you
All
vote for the one that had it then.
Well, you can't
Wait,
listen.
what?
Because I said
Wait, what?
What?
I don't know specific. What you
so you
mean?
vote for
Really?
so you to vote for the one that hides it.
No, I don't really think. No. Hold
Biden
on
lost
one
two
second, Shivers.
presidencies for being
Let me
basically
respond.
addicted.
Let me respond to you. I don't think that Biden has hid anything. I think in the moment, hold on. I think all of this is systematic. I think that when Biden said those racist things, he believed it in the time and he was with the system that believed it. But one thing Biden did, as of recent, he said, I've reflected back and I know that I was wrong and I am sorry. I apologize. When Trump took out the page in the New York Times for the Central Park Five and then found out they were not guilty, he says they're still guilty. Even though he never apologized. He got racial discrimination in regards to housing and everything else. He's never apologized. At no point has Trump ever said, I have done some racist things and it's wrong and I apologize. But Biden recognized that, and that's all we ask of anybody. Friends, family, folks, do before. That has nothing to do with the votes. But you rather to say, oh, he's just doing that with the votes, instead of just saying the person I'm going to vote for never apologized. He's never said I'm sorry. He hasn't had any regrets. He hasn't said that the Central Park Five, even though they were found not guilty, are not guilty. He didn't take out a paper in the New York Times, a big spread, and say send all these people to jail for life and do it over and over again. He didn't have housing discrimination. He didn't say somebody. He didn't have 34 felonies. You will literally somebody do a mental gymnastic and mental pivot instead of just saying this man apologized. I cannot believe it. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Other than that, I don't even care to vote for the president. I'd rather vote for.
You don't
I'd
care
rather
about
vote for
morals.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Decency. You don't care about it.
But this is what I'm. You ain't let me finish. You gonna let me answer the question? So,
Blue, can you host for me?
As far as the presidency,
Get some
that's the
water.
only thing that really
You
affects
said
me.
yes?
As far as like the presidency is, it is
you.
my livelihood every day, how I feed my family. Other than that, what's about the president? They ain't coming to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that stuff really don't. I mean, we picking the worst of the two evils. You know, we got a guy that's going that'll take us that tell us he gonna take us back here and this what he gonna do to us. And we got another guy that's telling us, "Oh, I'm gonna take you back here and we having a picnic," but he feel the same way as the other guy.
But Shivers, we got to get past the personalities and actually look at the policies. Have you taken the time to look at the policies and how they impact you? And how they impact you in the past. If you look at it, Biden has been one of the best crisis managers we've ever had in office. In 2008, 2009, during the housing crisis, Black people lost 54% of their wealth because of predatory lending and the housing market crash. In 2020, we went through a pandemic that we never seen before, and guess who came to clean it up after that?
I'm sorry. Ramona, can you
Hold on, say that one more time. I don't hear you. I lost you. I heard 54%, and then my phone clicked out after that.
I was saying Biden has been one of the best crisis managers we've had in office when it comes to the presidency. 2008, 2009 was a housing crisis. He was over the American Recovery Act under Obama, and he led us out of that. Obama administrator led us out of that. 2020. He's talking.
That ain't me, bro. That's something about the TV or something.
Yeah. But next thing I was going to say is 2020. You're saying Trump was better for your business, but he didn't handle the crisis like he should have. And you can't tell me that didn't harm your business in 2020.
Well,
everything was shut down.
I mean, it was like you talking about like during COVID and all of that. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, it was all shut down. But see, man, I kind of dig into a little stuff a little bit different. Like I'm gonna give you an example. When Trump told everybody, when you remember when COVID first came out, Trump was like, "Don't shut everything down. Keep doing as you do normal. Stop getting tested." You remember that?
I remember he said it was going to go away with warm weather. It's magically going to disappear.
So I look at the stop getting tested in a different perspective, and I'm going to tell you why. I ain't no big time conspiracy theorist, but a lot of things that we deal with is given to us. So, and I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you something that was facts to back up what I'm saying. That doctor in Africa, he ordered that test kit. You know, he ordered all them tests over there. He was sticking them in fruit, watermelon, oranges, sticking them in. He sent them into the lab. They was coming back positive. So you got all these people lining up at these COVID centers going to get tested, and some of the swabs, some of the tests already is COVID infected.
Okay, I got a question. Digital, what's your name? What should I address you as, sir?
Motivation.
Motivation. Okay. I love how you fact check. That's why I said tomorrow night I'm gonna be ready. However, what has not been mentioned, which I feel like should be mentioned, is the PPP loan, which a lot of people took advantage of. Yep. And they should have been able to be small business owners, pay off homes, etc. That was the first time any minority had access to even that type of money out of anywhere, was during the crisis that we had.
But see, Emerald, that get looked over, and you know why they get looked over? Because the minorities took it and abused it, so he don't get credit for that.
Well, remember, that's why.
Hold on, y'all. Let motivation answer.
Yeah, Emery, that's why I say you have to dig deeper into it, because you see Trump's name on it doesn't mean he was the person that pushed that. You have to go look at who wrote the legislation, who pushed the legislation, and who was for the legislation, as well as who voted against it. That started in Congress, and the Democrats were the ones that set up the American Rescue bill and the child tax credit and all of that, and they pushed that up. And Trump didn't want to do it at first until he realized he could put his name on those checks and get them pushed up.
So what I'm going to say to you, motivation, is that means that if each president can this deal, we should be looking at, like I just said, is it coming from Congress and the House, or is it the president that is pushing those type of bills and asking for those things to be passed for the United States? Because you have done your research to find that out, but me, on the other end as a citizen, I only can reap the benefits with lack of knowledge because I don't know, right? So
Well,
what I'm going to see
I was gonna say I will agree with you a certain point with that. Democrats have a terrible messaging platform. They don't know how to brag. They don't know how to get out in front and repeat things that have worked, like Trump and that size does. So I, seasoned young lady, we got to take that knowledge on ourselves and go and do the research. Go and look at the bills that have been passed, see how they impact our household, our community, and our society as a whole.
Got it. Okay, that's fair. All right, Shivers, I guess it's your turn to rebuttal.
I'll say one thing.
Oh. Hey, you guys,
When
hold
you're
on one
doing the
second.
job,
Hold
you
on,
don't
hold on
have
one
to
second,
brag.
Lamont. Hold on one second, Lamont.
Thank you. All right.
Let me. Hey, you guys, let's keep tapping until you see 35,000 likes. You guys are already at 30,000. I know you could do 35. Let's go. Also, make sure you're following. If you're not following, we have intellectual conversation every night. We fact check. We bring that thing up so you'll know it, that it's true. We ain't just on here telling you anything. Make sure you share the live. Make sure you share the live. Turn on your notifications so you'll know when we go live. Thank you, everybody in the chat. W chat and W everybody on the panel. Let's keep it going.
The PPP loan was actually wrote by Republicans though in 2020. That CARES Act. That was the Republican out of Florida. I can get her name for you if you want it, but it was wrote by Republicans.
So you saying motivation is wrong? I told y'all I got to get back up here tomorrow night with my facts. I said I was ignorant to it. So I'm not going to stand anywhere. And Shivers, I know me and you are together. We're a unit.
It was
So I can't put my
Marco
name on it,
Rubio
buddy.
along with a couple other senators out of Florida, but they're Republicans.
Okay, all right, now, motivation, you got to back this up now, brother. He just said you wrong.
No, it's all knowledge. I ain't trying to
No,
make
it is
nobody
all
be,
knowledge.
make nobody out to be wrong. Like I said,
What did she teach me? You have to give me a source, motivation, because
politicians. That's why I say, like, when it comes to politicians, it's just one of those type of subjects. Like I said, I just really pick what worked best for me and my family, and research as much as I can on it. But it get real tricky because we put a lot of stuff into a lot of things. Like example, like I hear a lot of people talk about Biden. I mean about Barack Obama, Barack Obama. I don't really know what he did for the BLK people too much. I mean,
Yeah, me and Shivers are definitely opinion.
Shivers.
Wow.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
yes, you said something about the CARES Act. I do apologize. I'm trying to listen to Donald Trump raise money on his
Yeah, it was.
GoFundMe
My
and
fault.
hear
Hey, wait.
you. So
Hey,
let
Miss
me do-
Ramona, when you're done, Miss
Let me get one
Ramona,
hand
I
down.
want to give Hannah a chance. I just brought her up and I forgot. First off, Miss Hannah, how old are you?
Oh, I don't know. Are they talking to me?
Yes.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
me. Oh, honey, I'm 50.
Okay, awesome. As soon as Ramona get done with her point, we would love to hear your point on this. And I know we got like 30, 40 people still in the chat waiting to come up. As soon as everybody makes their point on the panel, we'll see who we can take down and bring you guys up.
Actually, I didn't have a point. I was just listening. I just pulled up the
Oh,
PPP
great.
loan. Yeah, and he was actually
Okay,
right.
can Hannah
Yeah,
make her
you can
statement?
go ahead.
Go
Yes,
Absolutely,
ahead, Hannah.
I think it
absolutely.
was one quick time before having to take it. I think it was if I'm not mistaken, I know one of the senators was a Republican in front of me, but
AB.
I think it was a couple of them, but they were Republicans out of Florida that wrote that CARES Act and gave that PPP in 2020. So that wasn't like
But
a
was
He
it a
right. He's
bipartisan?
right.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but he's right.
Honey
I'm
girl.
looking at it. It's Senator Sheehan and Colin Cardin, along with Marco Marco Rubio. I'm looking at it on my
Yep.
computer right now.
Back to
He's
what I
Yep.
exactly
said,
right.
that we can't
I'm
And
looking at it.
it came in
that's a huge
2020, so it
opportunity.
wasn't like it didn't come from like a previous president that it was already in the making. Like they created that CARES Act in
That's what I'm saying,
2020
Shiver. So then they
specifically
can't
for
take
the
that
No,
away
COVID
from
actually,
pandemic.
Trump.
Well,
actually,
actually, it's the
actually,
It's
it was
HRC.
2021.
5 It's
Hold up.
It was actually
bipartisan.
2021.
Hey,
No, it was
everybody's talking at the
actually
same time. Hold on. Five people just was talking at the same time. This is why we're going around the room. All right. I know y'all talking about a specific subject. D, I saw your thing light up.
okay.
Ramona, I saw your thing light up. Digital, I saw your thing light up. Shivers, I saw your thing light up. Imora, I saw your thing light up. And then anybody else can go after that. But go in that order for right now, because that's what I saw on my end. So, yes.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
The CARES Act was really first the HR 748. That was the Middle Class Health Benefits Tax Repeal Act of 2019 by Joe Courtney. That was January 24th, 2019. It was then picked up in 2020 by the Republican Party. So you were correct on that part.
And all I was saying was when I looked at it, I was just basically saying the same thing. And I found it, and it was like November 3rd, 2021. He's exactly right. That's all I got.
We're good. Okay, well, I'm getting ready to go run and
I
see.
think digital next.
Yeah, I was going to concede saying yes, the Republicans did write it, but it was a bipartisan legislation that was
Right.
passed.
Yeah, you correct on that. Yeah, it was bipartisan. Yeah,
So,
you correct on that.
Go
Yeah.
go ahead, Emerald. Go ahead,
so
Emerald. The
what I'm
Shivers.
saying to all of you is that we can't take that away. What my fact was is that when that was provided to everybody, that was an opportunity as a citizen that we've never had or never had access, a lot of people, to that type of money. And depending on who you were and what you did with it, it created massive opportunity. Massive. I don't care what walk of life you had. If you were a part of that, when that PPP came out, that was life changing. That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, D. I know you was trying to say something before somebody did.
Yeah, I was just gonna say good night, everybody. I'm getting ready to look at Trump talk about you all making a donation to his
We ain't
GoFundMe.
fooling with Trump about no his GoFundMe and his donation.
Cause
Listen, I just want to point this out. I just want to point this out. If we were doing Simon Said, like the little electronic game, I would have won because I got all y'all in order based on what y'all screen lit up.
all right, good
Okay.
people, have a good night.
Good
I,
night, D. Okay, let's see if we can
I,
bring somebody
I,
up.
I
Can
think
I,
this something else just real quick. I was gonna say this real fast. I think the way that all this stuff be really set up, I think it's really crazy to me. And the reason I say that is because I feel citizens of America know that basically if you got money here in this country, you got power. Because understanding that if you had no political background, you couldn't be a president.
Obama, he only had local.
Mia, I
Right,
just re-invited you.
but
Come up.
but he had political experience though, right? It was local, but it was political
Minimal.
experience.
That's why they didn't trust Obama coming into office. He had minimal. He only had what they called local experience. That's what all of them said. He can never be president. He's just a local politician. He can never be president. And look what he did. Now you got this former president who never had any experience, but all he does is pander to the folks who he wants to pander to and feel his plight, and that's where we are today.
Okay, so
And
to
I just want to
Shivers,
speak on something else. He got shot. I don't think that man got shot,
no.
Pyong
but I
Pyong. That's
digress.
it.
I digress. Pyong pyong in the ear.
Yes.
AR-15. His ear should have been blown off along with his orange.
Well,
I'm
after
sorry.
everybody came out and said that, all of the experts, then they changed the narrative and said, "Oh yeah, y'all probably right." I think what happened is that the projectile hit the teleprompter and a piece of
That's
glass
it.
from that hit his ear. Yeah.
The
That's because
man
it was
was not
fake.
So
shot. Period.
Shivers and Lamont, you guys
You
brought
cannot
up
say the SHOT word. You have to say pium pium. We literally just said it. So that's strike two. Do not say SH. That word. Say pium pium. Okay. Thank you guys.
I'll say
Yeah,
something.
because y'all can get our live taken down.
Okay.
I do want to go back to what Shivers said about Donald Trump being in office, and Lamont, you was about to piggyback off of it. What I wanted to bring up that I brought up last night that no side could really, go in on is why do you guys think we had Hillary Clinton who actually won the election? She was leading in the polls, and she won again. And I'm bring not won again, but she won. And I'm bringing this up because I kind of see this may happen with this election. However, the Electoral College polled those votes, and then they made the decision to put Trump in office. Why do you guys think that is? I want to hear from Shivers and Lamont.
And then I want to weigh in on it too. After everybody go around, can I go last, Blue, please?
Yes, because
Okay,
I'm gonna tell
thank
y'all
you.
what
I
my
was gonna
honest
tell her
opinion
why
is.
I think so.
I think they'll do it again, but they'll do it, and because right now we're seeing Donald Trump leading in the polls, but I think they'll do it again, but this time it'll be in favor of
Agreed,
Biden.
Daily.
I think it'll be in favor of Biden. If he happens to not win the popular vote, I think the Electoral College will still make sure that he is our next president. But I would like to hear y'all's opinion on why.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to go first on this. So it's not an option of if you can choose the popular vote or the electoral college. The popular vote means everybody, you had more votes as far as a actual value. Like if you're doing, if you guys are into mathematics, like I am, so as far as the popular vote, that's the actual value. Uh, Hillary Clinton had more people vote for her as an actual value. So what the U.S. has done in regards to the electoral college is to say we're not going off the total votes. We're saying basically per region, per DMA. Like basically, we're going to give this particular region this particular weight of votes, this particular region, this particular weight of votes, and based on that, based on if you win that region, that is a weighted vote. So if you guys know anything about mathematics, again, weighted is the main important thing, right? So certain regions and areas are weighted because of different things. I give you a great example. I grew up in an all-white T town. It was 750 BLK people. So when we voted for anything, they gave us a weighted vote because we had such a minority of people. So that's essentially why they created the electoral college, right? But what has happened over time is they keep restructuring the electoral college, and in my opinion, it's redlining. In my opinion, is restructuring based on how they want the votes to be swayed. Now, everybody don't agree with this, but I do, like because it's been changed, right? So the thing of it is that it is a situation in which it happens and it's nothing really we can do about it. It's not that they decided the electoral votes made this decision. The electoral votes always makes the decision because that's how our government system is set up in the U.S.
Not to mention that the electoral college was set up because there was a demographic of black folks who weren't even considered humans, but they were
Okay, you have to say
large.
BLK people
BLK,
or
I'm
people of
sorry.
color. That is strike one.
All right, my bad.
Well,
I got
Lamont,
you,
please
boo.
quote a source because when you say they weren't considered humans, again, going to a HBCU, you are correct as far as our voting rights. However, it was based on property. If you owned a certain amount of property as a colored person, determined on if you could vote or not. That was
And was BLK considered property at that
yes.
time?
I'm
So
Yes.
that's
sorry.
exactly what was BLK folk considered
But she said
property at that time?
but she requested a source, so that
Yes.
means you got to go look it up. You can't
Okay.
just
Can I?
say it and state it
I'll be
without
back.
her. You got to
I'll be
go
back.
actually look it up and let her know.
I
You can't just state it.
I
She asked for a source.
Okay, but
all
can I say
right.
something?
I
Yep.
think we all know BLK was considered
Yes,
Right,
it
right. I
property
hear
back
you. Wait,
then.
who just
But
said
okay,
that?
I got you. I got you.
Lamont. I
I
just want
got
to
you,
explain to you
sweetie.
how we do things.
I got
I understand. I
I
want to
checked
explain
the
to you
fact.
how we do things on this live. We cannot make a claim And if somebody asks you to provide a source, you don't go provide that source. Otherwise, we have a bunch of people on here making claims without providing sources. She asked for a source. You need to go provide her a source.
Will
Can
do. I
can I
appreciate
say
this
something?
platform.
Constitution.
Can I add to this?
The
Ask one of them.
Constitution debunked you, and she won this topic. So
Hey, we
please
are
provide
working.
her
That
a
was
source.
that was
you had to own a
satire.
certain
That
amount
was
of
satire.
property in
I
order
know,
to
Digital
vote
Market,
to
I
be
know, but I just
GOP.
wanted to make
That's
sure
a fact.
you cannot provide a source that's left wing or right wing. It has to be an independent source, and it cannot be just some random gibberish.
Can I
She asked for a
And
source,
there's
provide
nowhere
the
in the
source.
Constitution that
can
it
I
says
add?
you BLK, you cannot
Can I?
be able to vote. That's not in the Constitution, just so you know.
Okay.
Motivation.
To, can we
Nowhere.
go back to
It
your?
was satire again.
It's
It
not
is.
there much because I asked for a source because I went to a HBCU at Clark Atlanta. You have to take a class called Source of Clark when you first get there as a freshman. Okay, make a way, find a way. That's my people. What?
Right.
Let her make her statement, but
Okay.
he was, you are correct, he was speaking to a specific thing, but he made a claim, and once you make a claim, it's the burden of proof is on you to provide the source. You cannot make a claim as a fact and don't provide the source. Otherwise, you just don't hear saying anything, and you can say an untruth, and we can't just take it. That's not what we're doing on here. We're providing truths.
So what I'm saying is in that class I was to learn. Just let me go to the state of Georgia. You had to own $200 worth of property in order to be able to vote. That was just a fact. It didn't matter what your color of skin was, what it was. You needed to own $200 worth of property, which for us, minorities, it was an issue, but there were certain people who owned a lot of property, which is probably why they got flooded. However, they owned a lot of property, and they are some of the first people of color to be able to vote. So
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Hannah wanted to add to that because I know you're pretty repetitive, Laura, but
Okay.
Hannah wanted to add something real quick.
Yes, because I think we're kind of getting ready to go into circles. We need to go back to the electoral college thing because, yeah, we have to pay attention. There have been multiple.
We love you too. Thanks, Larry. We'll see you tomorrow. We're on some sort of topic every night, intellectual topics. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry for cutting you off, whoever I just cut off.
That's okay. There's been multiple lawsuits with them. I think the proper term is gerrymandering or what have you, where they're trying to change these lines and so forth. And like she said, so that they can make it more in their favor. But these lawsuits, if I'm not mistaken, are directly, they play into this electoral college. Because right now, the way they have it set up is that many of these people, if you listen to them, they say, I will not certify the votes. Or they won't make a statement saying whether they will or won't certify the vote. Because they're doing that because if they can hold it up, even if he gets the popular vote, if Biden gets the popular vote, they're going to try to hold it up by not certifying it so that they can send it to the electoral college because they've been trying to rewrite all the maps so that it can go in the Republican, if I can say that word, well, I guess in their favor. So what we have to look at is the big scheme of things. Y'all, this is a big plan that's been going on for a while. And then two, one thing that we hadn't said is Project 25.
Hannah, I want you to know that's exactly what I wanted brought up. I wanted somebody to say like about what you just said about the electoral college because here is my theory. This is not anything based in fact, but just a theory. That is the premise of why Trump was trying to say certain states did voter fraud, right?
Yep.
Going towards what you're saying, because in the grand scheme of things, they keep resetting the bar. They keep moving the goalposts. And to me, it looks like, and again, this is just my theory, it looks like depending on who is in control of either the House or the Senate, and also who's on that electoral college, if it's mostly Republican or Democratic. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, right now it looks like it is mostly a bipartisan electoral college. Therefore, I think they really want Biden to continue out his politics. And it's just a theory. I believe that although Donald Trump has the popular vote as of now, if he does in fact happen to win the popular vote, what happened to Hillary Clinton is going to happen to him. He's not going to get into office. They're going to decide, okay, no, although you won the popular vote, you know, we've rewritten these lines, we're going to give it to Biden, because that's the basis of a lot of his lawsuits as well. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's what I wanted someone to.
Hey, one time for everybody, but before we move to the next person, Norman,
Yes, sorry.
turn your
Sorry,
TV down or whatever you got going on in the background. It's super loud.
sorry. Yes, I'm here.
No worries. How old are you?
I'm
How old are
51.
you?
I'm 51.
Okay, we appreciate you. I know you've been waiting in the chat long. We got like 70, 80 people in there, so I thank you for waiting.
Thank you for having me.
Blue, hold on, Blue. Were you directing your question to anybody specifically?
No, not to anyone specifically. I just wanted.
Okay, can you repeat the question, and then I would like Norman to answer the question and then add his whatever he gotta have add. Okay.
So Norman, I guess how did I word my question? It was your thoughts on the electoral college. Previously, do you think even though Donald Trump has the most popular votes right now based on the polls, or do you think that the electoral college is going to make a decision for us regardless of who has the popular votes, similar to what they did when Hillary Clinton lost the election to Donald Trump?
Hey, I'm sorry I'm so ignorant with that thing. I just wanted to make a few points and get some question answered for myself. The first thing, I'm working with a lot of Africans. The African did say from the get-go he was voting for Biden, not Trump. Secondly, can a felon, somebody with a felony vote?
No, they cannot.
So, but I remember them. So how they're gonna work that out?
They're not gonna allow him to vote, but they're gonna allow him to be on the ballot.
Yeah, okay, because I remember seeing that. Hey, the panel is good. I'm enjoying everything. Certain things I don't know, and I'm enjoying everything. Thank you for having me. Some things I wanted to ask, I forget everything. I'm on the job. Continue doing what you're doing. I'm gonna follow up tomorrow. Oh yes. Yeah, I've been watching this assassination with the orange top against the orange top man. It's confusing because he was looking over that side, and then I see police with pew pew looking over that side too. And then on the news this evening, they're telling me that there was this policeman who went on top of the house top where the guy was, and he had to jump off or drop off. And you didn't see that before the pew pew start. This is just so confusing.
It's very confusing. We're all confused
So
too.
confusing.
We're all confused.
Is it real? Is it a fake? And you don't know what to believe because yeah, it's true. I've been following from yesterday, and I'm totally confused. I'm just totally confused.
We're confused and we don't know either. That's why we're having these discussions. It's just say, okay, let's look at what we know. Let's dissect what we know, and that's kind of what we've been doing. But we don't know either.
Yeah. And one more thing, I'm crying. I'm here sitting here crying. People of BLM saying they're voting for Trump. I wonder if they remember the Boston 6 or the Boston 5.
They don't remember it.
They don't remember it. And
they don't remember it.
I wasn't even born here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
They
go.
don't remember. They don't remember the Central Park Five. They don't remember those things. And let me tell you one thing about our people. We can give them a little bit of money, a couple stimulus checks, make them seem like they ain't gotta work, let them work from home, and make sure everything is covered. If they're in an apartment, we could tell you, hey, you don't gotta pay your apartment for 2 3 years, and they think that's something. But they don't know at some point it's going to catch up with them. Um, and that is some of the reasons that I feel like they feel like, oh, my life was better. Your life was better because your payment was deferred. It don't mean it's gonna ain't gonna come due. You say to these people houses for 2 years, you think it's not gonna come due? It's just deferred, right? So yes, of course your life seemed better, but it's really not. So now under Biden, everything has come due. You're fighting to stay alive. You're fighting to struggle, but you don't realize the plant was set for your dismount and the other presidency. So your dismount floor, if y'all love gymnastics, I was a gymnast. When your dismount, you having the doggone and fall every time. And that's what we're trying to teach here. And then we ain't trying to sway your opinion. We're just trying to expose you to the facts.
Yeah, that is true. And if you don't know, there's Google, Alexa, and Siri. Ask them.
Correct, exactly. But
Because
I
they
think people
will.
get so caught up. Thank you, Futures. Thank you so much for the roses. People get so caught up in, oh, my life is better. But why though? You still haven't gotten to the why, and I don't understand. Like, how did you do your research papers? Did you just write, okay, this, and this? Did you really go back and understand the why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I
No,
really don't.
no,
And
no, they don't.
speaking to that with these PPP loans, what everybody's not saying too is that a lot of congressmen and women took advantage of those loans. They got millions of dollars. You may have gotten, I'll be okay. May have gotten a couple of thousand,
I didn't
but
get
a lot of
any.
those, yeah, I didn't get any either,
Good God
honey.
Almighty.
But
And I own several businesses.
that's right.
I should
But
apply.
that's right.
I know this congresswoman in jail right now got like $15 million with a hot pink car. Y'all
And
probably know her.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of them they received millions. And also with all these deferments, what people are not talking about is how people lost their homes. How when it was time to come back, they could not make these payments. And then you had all these big corporations. They did it in my town. I don't know about you all, so I'm pretty sure it's the same. They came in and they swooped these houses up. They went in and
Right.
they have a list. They have this
Thank you, Scylla.
program that they tell you who owns the house, how long, if they were elderly, if they back on their taxes, if they are behind on their mortgage, and they've come in and swooped all of this up, and now they're charging all these outrageous prices. That's why people can't afford to live. That helped drive it
Exactly.
up. And I want to take
And
another thing.
yep.
Oh no, with
No,
Emerald and
I was
all
just
this
saying, and
stuff.
also the people that own the home, the mortgage company still wanted their payments.
Yep.
So you made the doggone tenant not have to pay for 2 years, but I still got to pay the mortgage, the payment for this property I own.
That's right.
Like, come on, bro, come on, like that. Make it make sense.
It
And the
don't.
people that own businesses and property, you told these people they don't got to pay, but I still got to pay this rent every month, this
That's right.
mortgage every month.
But and I have to say, I really want to speak. Shivers is gone. I think that was his name. And
Oh,
Emerald.
no, yeah, his Shivers. Shout out to Shivers.
Yeah, but not to be a personal attack. But you all are speaking. I think it's so surface area that we're talking. Oh, my business. I made this money, but we're not talking about the morals behind it all. And what you are not seeing, you may have made a couple of dollars here, but what is it gonna cost you? Do you have children? Do you have a child, a daughter? I'm gonna ask that first because if any of us, you're a female, Emerald, any of us look at the rights that were taken away to control your own body. We hadn't talked about
I
that
would
yet.
like to add
Yeah.
something in when y'all finish because
Yep.
I got I was